teacher, you learn really quickly. You know, you don't win all of your battles. Sometimes you lose some. I have a lot of stories. Probably my first or second year, I forget which exactly. I had a kid in here that he just hated me, and there was nothing I could do. I couldn't be smart enough, I couldn't be funny enough, I couldn't be handsome enough, I couldn't be like prepared enough, right? He was constantly saying that I lacked passion and making outrageous claims like this, and I didn't know what to do. I tried everything, and eventually, having exhausted all of my other options, I just called his mom, and I started explaining to her the situation, and I said, look, I don't know what else I can do, but I want to do something, and I asked her if she wanted to get some dinner, and you know, one thing led to another, and we got several more meals together, and eventually I was just, I guess you'd call it wooing her, and after several months, I made that woman my wife. To this day, that kid just hates me. I mean, it solved nothing. None of the problems went away. He hates me even more now than he did at the beginning.
Mr. Silverrush is a male beauty pageant where guys get to compete and do crazy talents. Last year I played the recorder with my nose. All the money goes to Silverrush, and you should come.
How's the competition looking this year?
Oh my goodness, you're not even gonna believe it. There are so many crazy things going on. There's dances, there's singing, you just gotta come see it.
What are you doing to prepare?
Well, you see, I don't want to give too much away because like competition and stuff like that. Let's just say I've been practicing waxing my legs.
What makes a good Mr. Silverrush, and why do you think you should be Mr. Silverrush?
A good Mr. Silverrush is someone that loves Silverrush so much.
Just is so passionate about Silverrush.
And I think that's me. I definitely love Silverrush so much.
They just love it. They get into the season and they just feel the school spirit.
I just have so much school pride, and yeah.
How's the competition this year?
Oh, it's pretty tough. There's some dragons and flamethrowers. Make sure you come.
Can you give me a sneak peek of your talent?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to So You Think You Can Silverrush. Today we have 3 contestants, Daisy, Luke, and Georgia, to see if they can answer these several questions that we have lined up for them. So for our point system, every time they answer a question correctly, they'll get a point, and whoever loses at the end of the game has to buy the winner a muffin. So our first question of the night, when is the Silverrush Stomp? Luke?
December 19th from 7 to 8.
That is incorrect. Any other takers?
December 18th.
That is also incorrect. Georgia?
December 12th.
Yet again incorrect.
14th.
That is correct. Our second question of the night. When is the Silverrush Campout? Daisy?
December 19th.
That is correct. Glad we got that one on the first try. Third question. When does Silverrush end? Georgia?
December 21st.
That is correct. We're reaching the end of the night here, ladies and gentlemen. When does winter break start? Luke?
December 24th.
That is correct. When do we come back from break? Daisy?
January 2nd.
That is also correct. Now our final question of the night has nothing to do with Silverrush at all. What is the principal's first and last name? Luke?
Carolyn Goff.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is correct. We are glad to have you here on our game show, and we hope we can see you again in the next episode of So You Think You Can Silverrush. Have a good night.
My name is Sarah Jane Hale, and I'll be sharing a story that one of our RHS students has asked me to share, but would like to remain anonymous. It's great to try and simulate what it's like to experience the difficult challenges of being homeless and going without. But I want you to more fully understand what it is really like to go through this experience. And that is why I have decided to share some of my story with you. At just the age of 8 years old, my mother passed away, and my whole world was turned upside down. I went to live with my dad and his girlfriend. My dad's business was struggling due to the recession. Along with financial strain, he was dealing with multiple health issues. And to make things even worse, his girlfriend wanted nothing to do with me. Neither adult in the house would prepare food. As a result, my dinner would consist of cereal or snacks. As things worsened financially, food was even less of a priority. Utilities were being shut off, and our home being foreclosed on. I realized that if I was going to get food, I was on my own. And pretty soon, there was nothing in the pantry. Many days, I would only have a snack to eat. An exciting night would be when we would have spaghetti for dinner. I would go to bed hungry, but it wasn't the ache in my belly that was the most troubling, but the mental stress of wondering why the adults in my life were not taking care of me. Not only did I worry about where my next meal or even snack was going to come from, but I worried about other things like how I was going to brush my teeth or take a bath, since there was no running water in the house. I was worried that I would smell, and that the kids at school would notice and make fun of me. I was embarrassed, and I didn't want anyone to know. During this time, I didn't say anything to anyone, even though the situation was bad. I didn't want to be taken away from my dad, something familiar, and who knows where I would have ended up. I didn't want to be a burden. My aunt would always feed me whenever I was allowed to see her. Other friends would offer me food, but I felt like a mooch taking it because I didn't have anything to give in return. It got to a point where not eating was more normal and comfortable than eating. In 6th grade, I was taken in by my good friend's family. I would basically live at their house for weeks. They provided me with food and with basic amenities like running water, and in return, I tried to help out as much as I could by doing the chores and always being respectful. I still view them as family. Eventually, my dad and I moved in with his parents, and I no longer had to worry about where my next meal would come from or if I would have running water and electricity. But the effects of my experience didn't just disappear. It took years for me to gain weight. It was instinctual for me to just eat as much as I could when I had food because I didn't know where I was going to be able to eat again. It also took a long time for me to be able to eat a full meal again. I used to hoard food, especially chocolate, in fear it would be the last time I got any. Thankfully, I don't do that anymore. I am proud of the fact that I survived this chapter in my life and that I am a stronger person today because of what I've experienced. I'm graduating early, taking online college classes, and plan on traveling. My experience did not define my future as one of being suffering and misery, but it has given me the resiliency to overcome challenges and move forward. It has also made me more mindful of those around me who might be struggling and makes me want to reach out and help. The Silver Rush challenge for this week is to go without food. On Wednesday, December 12th, we are challenging you to skip one or more meals or go without eating any snacks or treats on that day. We encourage you to donate the money you would have spent on food for Silver Rush. The service challenge for the week is to share a lunch or buy lunch for someone else, donate food items from the wish list, donate a gift card from Smith's or any food outlet, Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, etc.